hit the thing.
Okay, so just go with it. Well,
What the fuck are you
rest
playing?
in peace, Akira. You my boy, Blue. I can't play it right now.
What were you
I'm also
playing?
tuned a whole step down, so it doesn't sound right. Dust in the Wind, Kansas, man. Is it not working?
It says live stream offline.
It says online.
I know. Super weird.
Well, let's see. No, it's on.
Is my YouTube just being dumb?
Your YouTube is dumb.
Oh, it is.
Is my YouTube just being dumb?
Yeah, so welcome everyone and welcome back. This podcast is literally Akira Toriyama. Just basically a remembrance of him and his works, and just he's a wonderful human being who helped a lot of us in times that he probably didn't even know.
Dude, I don't think it's an understatement to say that Dragon Ball specifically changed the world.
Oh, dude, it did.
I mean, it changed anime. It motivated so many people that went on to do great things, entertained, and ushered an entire generation into an art form that they may not have been exposed to otherwise. I still maintain, I know the big wave was Pokemon back in the 90s, but I'll be honest, I don't think it would have happened the same way, certainly without Dragon Ball.
Which came first to America?
Dragon Ball.
Was it Dragon Ball?
Yeah, Dragon Ball came to the U.S. first in 96, and Pokemon blew up in 97 with the show, but the games were.
And the funny thing is, wasn't Dragon Ball GT actually being aired in Japan around 95, 96?
I believe so. Yeah,
and
that sounds
we were
right.
just getting Dragon Ball Z.
But that was so weird in the early days of the internet.
We're South Dakota. We're so beyond.
Well, but I mean, back in those days, I mean, it's funny. You kids
Just
today, when Dragon Ball Super, you got the simulcast where you got it literal. I think it was an hour or two after it aired in Japan. You could watch it on Crunchyroll. You don't know. We knew Dragon Ball GT existed, but we didn't know what happened. We had bits and pieces, and we'd see images that may or may not be fake, you know. And then we had one random ass video game that came to the PlayStation where it's
Final Bout?
Yeah, it's I don't know what the hell that is, but it looks awesome.
It was pretty badass. With the now obviously Akira doesn't have, he created it. He created Dragon Ball, so of course obviously has to be thanked for that game. But the battle system on that was awesome, and the leveling up system, that was sick.
It was a precursor for what they would use in Budokai, right?
No,
really? Okay, so it was different.
Every other fighting game when it came to Dragon Ball wasn't about leveling up your character. It was literally it was whoever was the better button smasher. And I'm sick of that shit. You should.
Yeah, you should not be able to win a fight against Cell with fucking Mr. Satan.
Yeah,
it should not be possible.
I mean, Budokai 1, I'm deadly as fuck with Cell.
Thanks for the energy.
I was so fast with that button combo. I was like, damn it! And I was like, and then literally just punch them one time and then they die.
I'm not gonna lie though, dude. When I don't think I thought it was fake necessarily when I first saw it, but I was kind of hoping it was.
What?
And they said Akira Toriyama died.
Yeah, I did too. I went straight to Wikipedia because
I did too, man. I went right to it.
Unfortunately, that's the best confirmation when someone dies is to literally go straight to the Wikipedia page, because if it's not updated, his wasn't updated. And I was like,
maybe not instantly, but
I started looking up, dude. There was articles everywhere.
Yeah, there's enough headlines from. There were enough headlines from legitimate sources where I was like, ah, shit.
Dude, with Akira passing, I feel like I lost a parent.
In a way, yeah. It's
and I know I don't seem so sad, but it's because I don't know him as well. But I mean, I literally feel like I lost a parent because of how much time I spent watching what he created. It sucks.
Yeah.
He just, man, it really sucks. Because
I mean, I really do hope, and I think
I
he
trust
was.
Toyotaro though.
I trust Toyotaro. But not only that, what really touched me was the amount of other artists that he directly inspired and or encouraged. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. No, I should. I need to be better with keeping up with the manga, but I started out behind, and I need to catch up. I tell you what, though, now I'm a lot more motivated because I've enjoyed Toyotaro's work. I was gonna say art style, but all of it because he writes it too. Yeah, I know he had input from Toriyama.
Akira had input, but yeah, for the most part,
but I think
Toyotaro.
I think it was basically he'd submit the story and then Toriyama would make.
It just sucks because wasn't Dragon Ball what's the new one coming out? Daima. Wasn't that going to be fully by Akira?
He wrote the story already. So
did he write the story already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the story was written.
Well, we know quite a bit about a lot of the stuff out of the manga. Like we know about Vegeta's what is it? Ego.
Ultra
Ego, and then
we know about Black Frieza or Frieza Black.
This man is not black,
dude.
That hands down. Hey, listen, that was hands down one of the best things that happened.
Oh my god, dude! I'm not even joking. That was when I was watching that. I was watching the simulcast, so I would wake. I forget what day it was, but I would wake up early so that I could watch it. Like, not live, but as soon as I could.
Oh, dude, I watched it literally at
Crunchyroll.
like 11, 12 o'clock when it came out at night.
Dude, even the
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, but dude, even the Japanese subtitle said that. That's why they dubbed it that way. That's what he says. And I remember I watched that in the subtitles and I just laughed my fucking ass off because I was like, oh, the Japanese don't know how bad that line would sound here. And then,
you know, and the funny thing is about Akira, what people don't know is the guy's actually he's not a comedian, but the thing is he loves comedy, and he puts a lot of that into his writings, and you can tell it. You know?
Well, they upped
Dr. Slump and what was Dr. Slump? What was, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Dr. Slump. Was that the one with Simbe Norimaki and Arale?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if that was it, but yeah, he wrote quite a few little things.
Yeah, he did.
Some dirty shit too.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's
Japanese.
But and then he did what was the video game he did the art for? It was
Chrono Trigger.
And Dragon Quest. That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of.
Chrono Trigger looked literally like it looked Super
sick.
Saiyan hair. It was awesome.
Yeah, it looks. Well, I mean, it was Akira Toriyama.
It was pink. So he was
testing out Super Saiyan
Rose. The DBS baseball episode has one of the funny. Oh yeah.
Well, but here's the thing about Toriyama though. So they upped the action. That was really more coming from his editors and the editors at Shonen Jump at the time, because
they was like, it's too much comedy.
Well, no, because what had happened basically is the final tournament arc, and all the tournament arcs did so well. Anytime the show was more fight centric, so they were like up the fights. And then he did, but then I think we can all agree, well, like, don't get me wrong, Dragon Ball Z was not bad, but it lost a bit of that Dragon Ball spirit, which I think he brought back with Super. He brought back a little bit more of the comedy.
That's why, like, I really love the OG Dragon Ball.
It's very good, but that's why.
Good.
But that's why I appreciated Super, because it kind of took both the shows and kind of merged them.
It brought Goku back to the idiot he is, and I say that with love, because he's not a stupid fighter. He's a brilliant
genius fighter.
But when it comes to being human, which he is not, he's not very good at it. And it makes sense
stuff.
Because he's not flipping human.
And that's why I do like
we'll try to watch our work.
Masako Nozawa's portrayal of him, because it's something that you don't quite. And this might be because I'm not fluent in Japanese, but you don't quite get that with the Sean Schemmel performance, because we've heard Sean Schemmel play him like Superman for so long, and now that he's being a moron, it doesn't hit the same way. But if you watch Nozawa's performance from Dragon Ball all the way into Super, it's largely the same. Yeah,
dude, and you know, like, that's what I've always said, and people are like, how do you stand that Japanese voice? And I'm just like, dude, like, after you get used to it, it becomes Goku's voice.
It's part of the character, though.
It becomes Goku's voice. Like, I mean, you know, just, you got to think the strongest guy in the world sounds like a girl.
Not so much well, I mean, kind of.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like how it sounds like.
Well, and she did age her voice up a smidge once he became an adult, and now it's just funny. Like, Goku's just a dumbass.
I don't speak Japanese.
Waku waku.
Waku. Vegeta. Oh, dude, just the way she sounds. And that's another thing is, like, obviously she's getting older too, and that's going to be a devastating loss.
Yeah,
like,
that.
I don't, like, there's no one going to be able to replicate. Like, maybe. I mean,
they'll I'm sure they'll probably be able to get somebody close, and I'm sure, like, and I don't mean this to sound as cynical as it sounds, but, like, Toei is not going to let that franchise stop just because they lose a voice. They've already done it, because I think the original voice of Piccolo passed away in Japan. And I think the original voice of Vegeta even passed away. And maybe he's still alive, but I know he's getting older.
What do I feel like I think it might have been the original Frieza.
That's the latest, well, not the latest, obviously, but Chris Ayres.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which that was weird.
Felt that was illness though.
I know, but the guy they replaced him with sounds
good,
similar.
Yep.
You know, and
I'll put it to you this way: if I didn't know Chris Ayres passed away, I wouldn't have noticed. I wouldn't have noticed the difference.
Me neither.
Which is funny because I remember when Chris Ayres was cast, and I was like, I don't know, man. I was a Linda Young fan.
I didn't. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I didn't like Chris Ayres at first, but Linda Young, man, like she was my Frieza.
You know what though? Then I heard Chris Ayres, and I was like,
oh yeah,
oh,
I get it.
Oh, this Frieza's not just evil; he's scary.
That's the thing.
That's what
Linda
it was.
Young's was not scary. It was diabolical, but was funny.
Linda Young's was more Bond villain.
And you'll be dead.
But Chris Ayres' performance, and like I'm not cutting up Linda Young. Like I said, Linda Young was my Frieza for a very long time.
Well, she's also several other characters in
Genkai.
Oh yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you right now,
she didn't like she wanted to stop doing Frieza because it actually physically hurt her voice to do Frieza.
I imagine I can hear it.
She
and what's funny is Genkai sounds, when she plays Genkai, she sounds very similar to Frieza, but I can tell you can hear it. It's less strenuous on her throat.
Mm-hmm.
So, because Frieza just had a little bit more rasp to it, and I can imagine that being difficult.
Frieza causing problems to her throat.
Yeah. Frieza is just a pain in the ass everywhere. I'm so glad they brought Frieza back. I know a lot of people hated the Resurrection F arc, but I mean, Frieza's like...
Dude, he's the perfect villain.
Frieza's my quintessential Dragon Ball villain because he's the only one other than Cell that was never redeemed. But even so, he and Goku now have this kind of begrudging, at least, like, respect for one another. Or, don't get me wrong, like... They both will not hesitate to kill each other, but...
Dude, like, when I used to get home from school and watching the Namek Saga, I remember to a point when the voices switched. Like, they went from, Funimation, they went from,
Ocean Group to
Funimation, and, like, I remember the voice change, and I was like, what the hell? And even the music change, and the music got so much better, and the voices were okay. But
yeah, the music got way better.
Yeah, the music got way better. But it was definitely like, whoa. But then I just took it as like they grew up, you know, a bit, because you think about it, how Goku's voice sounded and Vegeta's voice potential. Oh, dude, the intro, or you're talking about Dragon.
Oh, Rock the Dragon.
Dragon Ball Z.
That is
so good.
That is one thing that was superior with the.
And it's like, it did go hard.
But that was back when kids' intros went hard as fuck for no good reason other than that it was awesome. Like X-Men, the animated series, Batman, the animated series, Power Rangers, Spider-Man, the animated series. Even the Pokemon theme, man. That shit went hard.
I wanna be. Yeah. Dude, like,
which I guess I know this because I saw the clip of it. I guess when they ended the show, they ended it with like slower version of that song, where Ash finally became. It took him 10.
I want to be the very
no, it was softer,
best.
But they got the same vocalist to sing it. They brought him back in because they changed the themes, right? They changed the opening themes.
They do.
They do. And now you don't even have theme songs in most shows anymore. It's sad, man. Anime you do. And man, a lot of anime themes still go hard to this day. Like the Manime. Yeah, the first it's funny. The first opening of Attack on Titan fucking rocks, and the rest of them suck dick.
I still need to watch. I've been saying I need to watch it. I'm catching up on stuff that I've been saying I need to watch.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, the first opening for Attack on Titan goes so hardcore, and the rest of them just suck. Because they went so good with the first one.
I actually did watch the first one.
Yeah, the first opening theme.
Yeah, not the whole thing. I got like 10 minutes into it, and I had to shut it off because I.
Which I'm partial. Any song that starts out in German is.
9.
No, actually, so okay. This is the thing I love about opening themes from anime and shows from back in the day, because the opening theme means something. So the opening words in the first Attack on Titan theme in German, they literally say "Sie sind die Essen, nein, wir sind die Jäger," which means "Sie sind die Essen" is literally you or they. It depends on the context. In this case, it's you. Say you are the food. Sie sind die Essen. You are the food. And then the response is "Nein, wir sind die Jäger," which is no, we're the hunters.
Oh,
right.
And that's Attack on Titans?
That's the opening words. But at the very when it's like, Sie sind die Essen, nein, wir sind die Jäger. And then it goes, that's what it sounds like.
It's a goofy ass song, but then it's the
not
meaning
goofy.
Is amazing.
Dude, it hits so fucking hard.
I'm going to look it up after this one.
Yeah, it's solid. But then the Japanese opening to Dragon Ball Z rather, well, both of them, but the first opening theme to Dragon Ball Z fits the show so.
Fly away.
Maku hasisasuru.
Then 5 seconds later, we watch on the edge of our seats.
Chala.
It's eating live in front of him. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh dude, yeah. Oh dude, Attack on Titan
I need
is.
to watch it.
No, dude. You know why I started watching Attack on Titan? Not to get off topic, but it is an anime. Like. It okay. I don't mean that it scared me, but I saw clips of it and I'm like, this shit is terrifying. Like just in concept, and the animation is it's very good, but it's creepy as shit. And the Titans I didn't understand the full context of the show, but the idea of that was so fucking scary. I had to check it out.
That sounds like a game I used to play that I never finished because I was too scared to finish it. It's called Dead Space.
I don't remember.
Bro, that game was so damn scary. I'm going to, man. I literally was just sitting here. I was like, man, I've been saying I'm going to watch Attack on Titan. But that game, Dead Space, it was on PS3. I remember that shit. And that game scared the crap out of me. You literally were like one of the only people alive on a spaceship with a bunch of like undead characters that were reanimated. It was kind of like Doom, but they were reanimated from some space like virus or
something
potential.
or
No,
other,
it was like a parasite.
Okay.
The thing lived in the vacuum of space, and I'm like, that's fucking terrifying because if that kind of shit can live in the vacuum of space and then just take over you and turn you into an undead creature.
Oh no, dude! But it was funny because he mentioned going.
It literally was a ripoff of it.
He talked earlier about going home and watching the Namek Saga, dude. I did not have that same experience because I discovered by accident because I didn't have cable at my house. So.
Oh, Y7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And No. So in order for me to watch it, I had to go buy the VHS tapes.
Yeah.
But we learned the VHS releases were like a season ahead of what was airing on TV.
Oh, yeah. Because
so
it was on VHS.
Yeah, so like when you guys were watching the Frieza saga, I was watching the Android saga.
I came over a lot, and I'm fairly certain we watched a lot of that together.
We did because like I'd
remember
have it
you
first.
would get a VHS, and then I would go and get a VHS. I don't have it anymore, but I remember I had the one with the Best of Boys. That episode
I actually take that back. So what I found
Trunks
out,
and Goatee.
Yeah, so I'd started watching it on Toonami when I got back into it. And then I got some of the VHSs of the early episodes, like the Ocean Dub episodes in the Saiyan Saga, because they hadn't redubbed those yet. But then what was available in store like jumped. So I missed the Namek Saga on tape. So I jumped in. I think the first VHS I bought was the episode that it had the episode where Vegeta dies on it. so I was missing some context, but I knew basically what was going on.
Don't let him do it to anyone else.
But that's when the Namek saga was airing on Toonami, and then by the time the Frieza saga was airing on Toonami, because I got confused because I saw a Toonami promo where it was like new episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and it showed clips of like Final Form Frieza, and I'm like, I've fucking seen this already. And so by the time you guys were watching Goku turn Super Saiyan for the first time, I'd seen that shit already. I saw Trunks. Like,
bitch, I'm fairly certain we all saw the Super Saiyan shit like together because we had the internet. Remember, we had FMVs before we even knew what they were. We're like, oh, look at this awesome freaking video with this song, and it's Dragon Ball Z.
No, dude, you remember the real basic like 8-bit GIFs that we would find randomly?
I think so.
Yeah, we'd download them and shit.
Oh,
don't know why.
Yeah.
And then we had this audio file from Japanese Vegeta and Dragon Ball GT doing the Big Bang Attack.
Big Bang Attack. Yeah, man, I tell you what.
Those were the days.
So many memories with Dragon Ball Z.
It's weird because I can't remember a time.
Even Dragon Ball GT, I'll give it its just due.
Dude, I will say this because I remember
it has good sagas.
It's got good stuff.
It has good sagas with it. Really good sagas.
Because I got the Dragon Ball and it was weird because they were releasing the Dragon Ball GT tapes before Dragon Ball Z is finished.
Was that Toyotaro?
No.
I didn't think GT was Toyotaro.
They didn't do a manga, I don't think. I think that was anime.
No, it was straight. It was just straight anime
only.
That's why.
That was all Toei.
And it wasn't horrible, but I will say the SS4 was designed by Akira, so that's cool. Almost all the characters in
that's
Dragon
true.
Ball GT
He did character designs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story was all Toei, and I mean, it wasn't terrible. I genuinely enjoy the Baby Saga, except my man Oob got nerfed. I didn't like that.
I literally said this, Sosa. But the funny thing is, the only reason we didn't was because we don't have a good setup for...
this was very impromptu.
It was impromptu, and we don't have a very good setup for...
doing Zoom like this.
And us being in this.
Which is something, we'll figure that out.
We figured that we wanted to show Akira respect in person, you know. All good, mates. He was planning to put a tail on SSJ3 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, actually, he was going to put a gold tail on him.
Oh yeah, I think I did see some original concept art.
Yeah, but also SS4 was going to have.
You know why he probably did put the tail on SS4 and not 3? Because he realized he was like, oh, I only have to draw the shit once. They have to keep drawing it. Off topic, what y'all think of the fight result? What fight result?
His recent fight.
Oh shit, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I haven't. I've only watched a couple minutes of it. I haven't had any time to do anything other than cry. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually commented on it, but like I skipped forward a bit and I was like, damn, Sosa.
It's impressive to watch him fight.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, I was like, man, I was bummed that we didn't have.
Dude, I mean,
we weren't able to do.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna watch it, but I already know what my opinion's gonna be. You're a fucking beast, dude. Dude, you get punched square in the face and fucking smile. Okay, that's all I need to know.
Listen, Sosa was trained by Akira himself. But seriously, no, dude. Like, is it on your screen here on YouTube? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question.
His Sosa.
No, technically, you're the best because you knock a motherfucker out. But okay.
I feel like if I was trained, I could be deadly.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like
you're the best around.
You know, like I've been seeing a bunch of I've been sharing a ton of stuff about Akira, man, and I just it still bums me out.
Oh, but what I was saying, and then I got off on an Attack on Titan tangent, but like Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama inspired Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama inspired so many other creators just in the manga space alone, like the creators of Naruto, Rurouni Kenshin to a point, and especially newer stuff like My Hero Academia. I'm sure Attack on Titan to a certain extent. Bleach for one.
Mm.
A lot of fighting manga. And then even think the creator of Slam Dunk, a basketball manga. Like, so many people were inspired by
There's
Akira
a reason
Toriyama.
why they call him Sensei.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean,
I should have put that in the title.
I did in the thumbnail.
I'll change it after.
But yeah, and then I saw one piece of art that was really from an Italian artist whose name escapes me, but it was a really cool picture he drew. It shows adult Goku around a campfire, and then it's kid versions of like various characters from like One Piece and Bleach and Hunter x Hunter, and it was really, really cute. And that's another one that was like One Piece. What's his name? Oda, the creator behind that, like came out and said repeatedly, if there'd been no Dragon Ball, and then Kishimoto, who does Naruto, said the same thing.
Like, I think like at least like 4 or 5 that I know of different mangas, animes come out, and they literally were just thanking Akira.
Way more than that, but yeah, some of the big heavy hitters. And in fact, I think I read, I could be mistaken, but I think I read, because you know how when I was subscribing to Shonen Jump or you buy the Tankemon volumes, they'll have like author notes throughout the thing where they just tell stories or whatever. And I'm pretty sure it was the creator of Naruto who was talking about how he was getting discouraged because all his submissions were getting rejected. And I guess Akira Toriyama personally wrote him a letter saying to keep, you know, because Akira Toriyama got denied several times before Dragon Ball, right? And I think he said, you know, it's because of that letter that I kept going. And then within a year, you know, I did my first version of Naruto and then got picked up by Weekly Shonen Jump. And
then look how big it got.
Yeah, Naruto got huge. But the thing that I love about it is the fact that he never once,
all the kids doing the run.
Yeah, but he never once denied the influence of Dragon Ball. Because it's like, come on.
That's like when we talk about characters from other animes, and we talk about Dragon Ball and Goku and other characters from other animes. We're just like, yeah, Goku would like literally destroy almost every one of these guys. Like, there might be like 1 or 2, but like, except for gag characters like One Punch Man, like that's a gag. He's a gag character.
But even that, I guarantee you, there's at least some influence.
Oh no, not influence. I was just saying who could beat Goku.
Saitama. Here's my One Punch Man conspiracy theory.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are a bunch of shows that give Akira mention in their newest manga.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen, dude.
And I hope they do.
It's so gonna happen.
They should show respect.
Yeah. So here's my conspiracy theory about One Punch Man, and it's solely because of how Saitama got so strong. It's not that Saitama's so strong. Everyone in that universe is weak as shit.
Even the big monsters.
Yeah, but because like, don't get me wrong, you'll see improvements if you do that workout, but that workout is a feasible thing to achieve. Like, a normal human can't actually
100
do that.
push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and
I think it was 1,000.
5 months? No, it was only 100.
Was it only? No, I'm pretty sure it was 1,000.
Wait for a response.
Somebody fact check that. I think it was 1,000.
No, it's 100.
And a 10-mile run. Oh, was it real? Seriously?
100.
Oh, fuck me. You know, I found out that Joe Rogan's warm up
every day.
I know, but I found out Joe Rogan's warm up is 100 push-ups and 100 bodyweight squats.
Dude, some people can literally just do push-ups like.
Yeah, I know, and they're freaks of nature, and they're not fat like me.
I have a very long torso, so like I have a long back, you know, and like I apparently have a weak back. 10-kilometer run and no AC.
Okay, so yeah, I was wrong. I was giving more credit.
Yeah, I forgot about the no AC part.
But basically, my conspiracy theory is that everyone in the One Punch Man universe is just a weak fuck, and Saitama's like the guy who discovers working out. So it's like, yeah, if you're the only person in your area that lifts weights, you're gonna punch the shit out of some people.
Imagine, listen, this universe sounds awfully familiar to ours, because the thing is, you got to think about COVID. All you had to do is just work out and take care of yourself and eat a little better, and it wouldn't have been a big deal.
He can't get sick. But
he's the one vaccine man.
So I do believe if Saitama were, say, transported to the Dragon Ball universe, he'd get nerfed in a second.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean,
like, dude, okay.
Gag characters though.
Okay.
Aurelie.
But hot take, I think Yamcha could beat Saitama in a fight.
I think so too. I honestly, I think they're very similar. like when it comes to strength.
Like Yamcha could show up in the One Punch Man universe and fucking rule with an iron fist.
I know Yamcha's a human, but I feel like he gets shit on so much.
He does.
And
he does.
I don't know. I just got a few words for him.
That's the. Oh God.
Hush now, child, don't you cry. Just
kidding. Dude, there was a, I can't remember what they called it, but there was a
wipe the tear from your eye.
There was a fan manga that somebody made where the premise of the story is that he's a fan of Dragon Ball and he wakes up randomly and he's in Yamcha's body.
I'd be okay with that.
Oh no, dude, but here's the great
Yamcha can still fly.
No, man, the great premise of the story is though, because remember, this guy knows what happens to Yamcha. So he makes some different decisions, changes the whole story. Like, for one thing, instead of fucking off with Bulma, because he's like...
He just trains?
Yeah. He elects to train instead of that. And because of that, he lives through the Battle of the Saiyans, fights Nappa. I can't remember if he wins because he trains like a motherfucker.
Are these those what-if stories on YouTube?
No. This is an actual fan manga that somebody drew and wrote and all that stuff. And dude, the ending, I'm going to tell you the ending because it's a fucking twist. I can't remember what it's called. But because he lives through the Saiyan battle, he goes to Namek and then he sees Guru and Guru unlocks his potential. Yeah, so Yamcha becomes not the strongest character, but significantly stronger than he was. But here's the kicker. So they establish earlier on in the story that he has a friend that's also a fan of Dragon Ball. Dude, I cannot remember what it's called, but yeah, it's dope. But here's the thing.
When after this, when we look it up, we'll put it in the description.
Yeah, dude, the art styles, you can tell it's a little bit different from Toriyama's, but it's good. Then he discovers that his buddy had same thing happen to him, but it was in Chaozu's body, except this dude is running amok. And they end up fighting at the end, but they're both significantly more powerful than they should be.
Damn.
Because they changed the event. Because since Yamcha doesn't die in the Battle of the Saiyans, Tien and Chaozu don't die either. Because I think he doesn't beat Nappa, but I think he's able to keep him at bay long enough for Goku to arrive. So nobody dies. Piccolo doesn't die. Like, it changes the entire course of the story, and it's such a fun read.
But honestly, though, does it weaken?
I'm sorry,
does it
no.
weaken Goku?
No, Piccolo does die because they still have to go to Namek. My bad, I forgot.
That's the reason they go to Namek. Okay.
Yeah.
Does Vegeta not go with Bulma then? I don't know if it goes. Probably doesn't go that far.
I don't think it went that far. I honestly can't remember. It's been some years since I saw it.
But still, though, that's it might have gotten bigger by now and probably
maybe. Well, and then so I don't know if anybody who's watching, you may not be.
That's a good question, though.
That is a very good question.
Within that universe,
you may not know the concept. So what that manga technically is, it's a doujinshi. And what that is, it literally is it's a fan manga, but a lot of manga artists go pro because they do doujinshis, and they get noticed basically by the publishers.
Oh, so it's like the casting couch for porn stars?
No, it's different. So they're fan manga, so you can't make money off of them because they're not your characters. But like a lot of people will do them, they'll put them online or they actually submit them to. Oh. It's basically it's basically an audition. It's like, here's what I can do, and you have something to go off of, which is why it's useful. It's like, okay, so here's my style of this character, blah blah blah. It shows some writing props. It's a little bit easier to get noticed, but some people just do it for the love of the game, and there are some doujinshi artists that are actually just known as Toyotaro. Started out as a doujinshi artist, and that's how he got noticed. I mean, it happens a lot. I'll tell
you what. I wonder if Toyotaro figured out how lazy, and I say this with absolute respect to Akira, with how lazy he was with his drawings, because even Akira said he's like, everyone's trying to make it too much. He's like, it's simple, and he's just
you'll see that usually the first few chapters of a manga, like the other example I can think of, it's Fruits Basket, which is a shoujo manga, but even the first 3 volumes are super detailed, and then you can tell when the deadline started hitting her. And what's funny is I prefer the later art style because it's still good, but it's simpler. And
simple is more. But I will say the Tournament of Power, amazing artwork. Oh yeah, my god!
But that's getting. incredibly talented animators and directors, and these people are superhuman, which is why you don't have them animating whole episodes.
They probably have 2 or 3 people working on one thing.
No,
so it gets done
that
quicker.
particular animator for certain scenes, one person, but they don't have them working on full sequences. Even it's tidbits, fight scenes, because like that fight scene that shot,
because they break it up.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
They share the workload, but those, I know what moments you're talking about.
That's pretty dope, though.
Yeah. And
Man.
like these people are super. But it's funny. These are how good these people are. They don't work exclusively for Toei. They're hired as contractors because there's a handful that'll work for various studios they need their talents.
Like writers or illustrators or
Animators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now,
because they have to follow the.
Well, but they honestly, they can command that sort of salary. Like, they don't need the stability of a job because they're probably on a waiting list.
AI is not, actually, this is kind of a little off topic, but it's still about Akira. I saw someone post a comment on Instagram, and he was like, "Man, I really hope Dragon Ball doesn't go woke." And I was like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that." I was like, "That's Japan." I was like,
Japan doesn't know what woke is.
As long as America doesn't get a hold of rights.
Nah. Well, and even then, it's just going to be a bad version. Yeah, Japan is not woke. Japan's still racist as fuck.
We all saw what happened with Dragon Ball Evolution. The funny thing is,
but
Dragon Ball Evolution wasn't like hated in Japan.
Yeah, it was. Toriyama hated it. That's why we have Dragon Ball Super. You know that, right?
Wait, what am I thinking of?
I don't know, but that's literally why we have Dragon Ball Super, because it pissed Toriyama off so much. To be fair, that's also why I think we have Godzilla -1, is because I think the MonsterVerse movies pissed Toho off so much. No, that's why we have Shin Godzilla. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Yeah, you're right. Jeez.
Yeah, Toriyama hated Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah, and Justin Chatwin, who played Goku, he apologized for it. He's like, "I'm sorry." He's like, "I don't write it. I just do the acting."
The actor who played Piccolo actually did a voice role for free as an apology to the fans.
Hold on, don't tell me. I already know who it was. It was Zamasu.
Yes, it was. Yeah. You're right. Couldn't remember.
The writer of Evolution never watched any Dragon Ball.
Well, that's obvious.
Once he did, he apologized so much for the atrocious movie. Oh, dude. Yeah, because the half of it made no sense. I am Husaru. Well,
no, and not only that.
Bitch, you're saying.
Well, not only that, man.
So I guess everyone, but yeah, I'm apologizing too. I'm sorry.
It's so funny, man, because I was thinking about this on the way here, and I thought it made me chuckle.
I was trying to be nice.
As I was getting in the truck, it made me chuckle. I was like, yeah, there's one scene in particular that lets me know that whoever wrote that script, or really anybody who was involved in that movie, did not understand Goku as a character at all, because Goku, when he's learning to control his ki, and Chi-Chi comes in, he can't do it, and then Chi-Chi comes in, and Goku goes, "Oh, pussy."
The funny thing is, the funniest part about that is like after I have watched Shameless and seeing how Justin Chatwin acts in that, I'm like, he literally was just playing his character as Goku. And then literally Emmy Rossum, she ends up playing that with him. I was like, okay. Oh,
there's chemistry there for sure.
Oh yeah, and at first I was but it was Goku and Bulma.
But Emmy Rossum, yeah, she didn't play Chi-Chi.
And Chi-Chi was someone.
I know her name, and she's been in other stuff too. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
She's in a lot of.
Yeah. But I felt like there was more chemistry between Bulma and Goku in that movie than there was between. Although it was funny because
like usual. I mean, think about the anime.
Like Justin Chatwin had to lay it on thick for the Chi-Chi scenes. It was like one step away from like, "Hey Goku, your boner's showing." Like,
yeah, he did.
Goku
kind of play that.
Goku had yellow fever in that movie. It was bad.
Get that boy some Tylenol.
And then the scene where he tries to comb his hair and he just obviously CG. Like, Chi-Chi was the oh yes.
No.
It was Lana, wasn't it? Hang on. We can.
Was it her?
Hold on. We can IMDb this. We got Dragon Ball Evolution.
I don't think so. I think it was Lucy something.
Oh no, it wasn't. Jamie Chung is her name.
Oh, jeez.
Jamie Chung has been in. Come on. Raised in California. Shocker. Let's see.
I don't have anything against California, period. Just policies.
She was in 7 episodes of Dexter New Blood as Molly Park. Okay, maybe she hasn't been in a ton of stuff.
Hey, no, it's all good. I actually went back probably a year and a half, 2 years ago and rewatched it because I was like, man, it's been a long time. Maybe I might have a different aspect on it.
Oh, she played
It was still trash.
Valerie Vale in 6 episodes of Gotham. She was Mulan in Once Upon a Time.
Gotham is an underrated show.
No, it's not. It's a dog shit.
That Gotham is fucking sick.
Dog shit, dude.
It's so good.
You want to know how I know?
He doesn't like Batman.
No,
that's the thing.
No,
he doesn't like Batman.
I love Batman, and
no,
that's
he
why,
likes Kevin Conroy.
That's why
He
Gotham.
loves Kevin Conroy.
That's why Gotham is bullshit because there was no teenage crime fighting Bruce Wayne.
Cradle the ball, swallow the gravy. There was no teenage Batman.
No.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that. That was just the ending, though.
He's still way too young.
They gotta make it like
Bruce Wayne.
He didn't get it young. He literally went.
He's in his late 20s when he dons the cowl.
Because he was a playboy for a while.
I heard what was it? Somebody said that Cavill was being cast in another, not a Superman though. I'm trying to what was it? No, I'm sorry. I take that back. It's not DC.
It's not.
It's Cyclops.
It's
Cyclops in X-Men. That was something I'd read. I can't confirm it, but
really.
And you know what? At first I was like, huh? And then I'm like, I can see it.
I don't see how he's not Superman anymore because like that one scene, even though the CGI was terrible.
Oh, he's.
But when the Flash was running around him while everybody else was going slow and Flash was moving, and he just looks at him, that hands down was one of the best scenes ever made. Because you could feel the fear and everything from the Flash. He's just like, what the fuck?
That whole shit show was so close to being good.
Facts.
Yeah, it was just so close to being great. But they fucked up casting on some people. Like Cavill was dead ringer. Gal Gadot was a good one. I like Batfleck, but I know some people have issues with it.
I didn't understand the hate for it. He was so good.
I think people thought they were snubbing Christian Bale. I think that might have been part of it.
It's like if Christian Bale didn't want to do it, then shut the fudge up about it.
That's what it is. He didn't want to do it. And plus they were going for more of a Dark Knight Returns feel. So Batman should be a little bit older.
Might be kids watching. I don't try to watch my...
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, Ezra Miller as the Flash was a mistake.
I didn't hate him.
I hated him so much.
I didn't hate him because the thing is, I felt like everything that was in the media about him, I was just like, I don't really care what's about the media. I was like, if it's acting, I was like, honestly, he was goofy. I take it back. No, he sucked.
So first of all,
I'm just kidding.
First of all, Barry Allen is blonde.
Affleck was unfairly judged.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, absolutely. But to be fair, Affleck he's kind of a tool. He's a good actor. He's a good actor. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, he is. He is kind of a tool. Yeah.
He's a great actor in my opinion. I like Ben Affleck, but he's kind of a tool.
He's kind of a tool.
But past that, the dude's a freaking good actor.
But it's like at the same time, Tom Cruise is a fucking psychopath. But man, when they put him in a fighter jet, I'm there for it. I'm fucking there.
It's like Scientology.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. But Maverick is badass. So. And I just said I'm going to watch my language. I said three curse words in rapid succession.
Let's get back to Akira, though.
Yeah, let's get back to Akira Toriyama.
Fun fact about Akira. Let's go. Do you have any fun facts about him?
I just know that he forgot a ton of stuff.
He forgot about the tails.
He did. Flat out forgot.
He forgot about the tails, and literally, someone was like, "Hey, you gonna put tails?" He's like, "Oh yeah."
Well, and he obviously forgot half of Piccolo's abilities.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I can do that."
oh yeah, I can get really big.
But you got and I'm going to defend him a little bit because once you get to a certain level of power, size. He forgot. Oh yeah, he did forget launch, didn't he?
She was actually in the
briefly, but then
in the last in the few episodes where they were collecting energy from the spirit bomb for Boo. She got out of her truck. She was working a job. She was actually working a job. Yeah. She got out of her truck and said, "He sounds cool."
And she did very briefly make an appearance in the Saiyan saga when Tien and Chaozu were training.
But that was actually taken out from the version that we watched on TV. It was unedited version, like 296 episodes.
Yeah.
Was the unedited version, and then the one we had was 276. Sorry, I know that, but I'm not sorry. But
Drew Super Saiyan. So technically, I might be wrong here, but Super Saiyan's hair was supposed to be white originally.
It was white because he didn't color it in because it was easier to keep it on paper without any color. So actually, the reason it wasn't white. It was white because of the paper.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. So Toriyama would occasionally do full color pages in the manga, or like promo images. But I think the first one was actually white. The gold didn't come until later.
And actually, I think it was an error because they didn't. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. No. I'm wrong. It wasn't an error. The reason they didn't do black for Super Saiyan hair on the manga was because it took up too much color on the page. Well, and they left it white.
No, he intentionally made it lighter color so that he wouldn't have.
I feel like it was
so he wouldn't have to ink it.
Okay.
He was going to save time. Yeah, he was going to save time on inking it.
But what was it? What's another one?
God, man, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm sad.
I've literally just been like, oh.
You know what? It's funny because it's one of those things where like I don't think it's fully processed what it means, and I don't think we know what it means. Yeah, because like we were talking before we went live, it's like it's gonna be fine. Like Toei's not gonna let the franchise die. Like my cynical side says it's worth too much money, but then also like Toei's not just a money hungry. I mean, they're a corporation, yes, but they do care about their fans, and obviously Dragon Ball's been with us for decades now. I mean, fuck, dude. Goku was an ambassador for the Tokyo Olympics, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was legit. Like,
you know what?
Dude, how cool must that have been for Toriyama?
But I just noticed today is March 10th. It's Mario Day. Happy Mario Day. I know we're talking about...
Man, screw Mario.
No, no. I don't care what anyone says, dude. Mario's
awesome. I did see a post, though, that made me laugh.
I forgot to tell my kid that, man. It might not die. I just hope they keep the heart of Dragon Ball.
Oh, no, dude. It's not going to die. It's not.
Dragon Ball Super, while Akira had some part in it, for the most part, it's Toyotaro. So,
yeah.
And Toyotaro is killing it.
He is. Now, I think what you'll see, though, is you'll see a more faithful anime adaptation of Toyotaro's manga now. I think they'll bring that in.
I think with the passing of Akira that they're going to get to work on Super 2.
Well, but it's like you also said, too, like Toriyama already named his successor. Mm-hmm. Torotaro is...
Actually, they're not going to get to work on that. They're doing Dragon Ball Daima.
I know, but that's already in production. It's coming. Like it's coming this year, isn't it?
Supposedly, we're supposed to get Dragon Ball Daima. We're supposed to have a couple movies.
Yeah. And that's all been in the works. I think.
Please get us some more movies. I want to go to the fucking theaters.
I think Toei learned their lesson with the first few seasons of Dragon Ball Super. Fans would rather wait and get great content than. I mean, like Dragon Ball fans are always going to be like, we want more. But I think they learned with the first release of Dragon Ball Super episodes.
Yeah, retelling of a couple movies.
No, I mean the animation quality too. Oh. It's like we would rather, and I'm a firm believer in this because like I would rather wait 2 years and get a movie like Broly than in terms of quality.
I know. I don't like how much I don't like Broly.
Okay, that's
such
a bad example.
Lazy character.
I don't know. I think they brought him. I think.
Oh no, he's never really fought anyone else in his entire life except his dad on a planet that has nobody, and yet he's the strongest ever.
Dude, it's more interesting than the first introduction of Broly.
Oh, now that's why I don't like Broly. Was because
I'm talking about the new version.
Kakarot!
Dude, have you watched the DBZ abridged version of the Broly movie yet?
No. Hold on.
You need
to. I got a theory. Frieza wipes the floor with everyone. Then we end up having a Broly Gohan fusion.
Brohan.
Bro.
I'm there for it, dude.
Gohan versus
dude, you know what?
Black Frieza is like powerful as fudge, which obviously you've been reading the manga, so you know that.
I don't think that would work, man, because in order to fuse, you have to have your power levels at the same level. So Broly would have to downgrade himself.
Not with Potara.
You're right. Not with Potara. You're right.
And it's only an hour limit.
And I was gonna say they retconned.
It was an hour limit. With that power, it would probably be like 10. Because remember, they Goku and Vegeta during the Black Super Saiyan Black or Goku Black arc, they weren't fused for very long together. It only lasted like 10 minutes because they had so much power.
Yeah, they explained why.
And I was like, that makes no sense.
No, I was like, but they retconned it though. Toriyama retconned it because originally it was permanent.
No, he did not retcon it.
Yes, he did.
It was not explained properly.
I know, but that's the retcon.
Because literally the Kai, you got to think, they've never given these to mortals before. They don't really even know because, for one, the Kai, his predecessors were killed.
Yeah.
So he lost out on a bunch of
Golly.
Supreme Kai. So he lost out on a bunch of training.
His Japanese name is Gory.
No, Gojira.
Hold on.
We'll go back to the original Godzilla, not the original Godzilla, but the Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. Gojira. And it was like, I understand.
It's Gojira.
In Japan, that's what it was. Or was
Dude,
it?
Gojira.
Yeah, Japan. Yeah.
But man, Gojira sounds like a bad sandwich. I'll have the Gojira, please.
Sounds like something a gynecologist, like it's some type of not a chemical. Yeah, it's a chemical they use on pootangs. Let's stop that. Anyway.
But anyway, man, I'll tell you what, though, because I said this before we went live, but I'm going to repeat myself.
Tell you what.
Technically, they did, but I'll be honest. Toriyama did a good job of retconning it because in the original, it was a permanent fusion. Goku and Vegeta separated because of Boo's digestive system, but in his retcon, he explained that, it's permanent for Kais, but since they'd never done it with mortals before, they didn't know.
Hold on. When they were fused...
Swallow.
And hold on. Yeah, I know.
Swallow the gravy.
Swallow the gravy. When they were fused during the Boo saga, they were fused, I would probably say maybe for about 30, 40 minutes before they got eaten.
Yeah.
How long did they last with a fusion when they were so powerful in this newest one?
Less time. I know, but that's
minutes?
the retcon. Because it was explained in Z.
Though? Because like I said...
Yes, because it was explained in Z that they were separated because of Boo's digestive system. But I'm saying the retcon was done so well that it logically makes sense.
What I'm saying is...
Because they made an assumption.
Lose the word retcon. Because the thing is, it wasn't explained properly because Supreme Kai... Like I said, all his predecessors were gone. I know it's that. I'm talking... Stop talking about Akira and think about just the show.
I know, but that's how a retcon works. Is you change.
I know, but if you think about it, back in Supreme Kai's, literally he doesn't have anyone teaching him and telling him it's because everyone was killed.
We're getting bent out of shape over the term.
No,
retcon.
I'm not getting bent out of ship. I'm not getting bent out of ship. Well, ship put to sea. Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
there once was a ship that put to sea.
I know.
And the name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. Billy of Tea, you're right.
Yeah. That's actually a decent song.
It is. It actually is.
It just hits hard.
It does.
That.
But you know what it is? It's a work song, so it makes sense.
Yeah, like working 9 to 5.
That's technically not a work song, but it does hit hard.
Because a woman sings it? You're fucking racist.
It shouldn't be a work song, goddammit.
You didn't even catch it. I called you racist for talking about a woman.
No, dude, there's this Chinese comedian, I think she's Chinese American. She might just be straight up Chinese. I don't know.
Is she the one that talks about
the different classifications of Asian?
Oh, I thought it was her like trying to say that she was trying to get a hold of she was on Tinder and she was trying to get a guy because apparently the girl likes butt stuff, and she was like, who doesn't, like, she's like, I put out on no, she was talking about Craigslist how wild it was, and she was saying tiny little Asian wants butt stuff, and it's like, how many freaking replies do you think she got?
I think it's somebody different, but
okay.
But her whole
sorry, that was
a lot of her comedy is like that there are different classifications of Asians, and I completely lost where I was going with. Oh, so she was saying she's saying that like
2 Tickets to Paradise.
no. So her basic, there was a joke. So she will often ask she sees Asian people in her audience. She'll ask like, what kind of Asian are you? Blah blah blah. And then one person was like Filipino. She's like, you're not Asian. You're Mexicans trying to be Chinese.
I'm Asian.
Well, no, but then somebody apparently got up and went to the bathroom, but she made it sound like they were walking out, and she was like, she was basically like, oh, they're walking out because yeah, I'm racist. She's like, they should have stayed because I'm sexist too. And actually, with that, I have to pee really bad, so I will be right back.
Well, Benjamin, listen here, Frieza. You didn't even mean to do that.
I did not.
So, Benjamin, what are you? Do you have any? You've been reading manga for a long time. Do you have any like things that you've picked up on the way that Akira does? Like, you have to give me a second. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. When he leaves, I'm like kind of stupid. I don't know if you're still here. Oh, anyway, so we were talking about Akira and how we miss him. And I get nervous when I get by myself for some reason. That's why I do the old edibles every now and then, but then sometimes I just ramble like an idiot. Man, I don't know. I can't think of anything to talk about right now except for how devastated we are. I've seen several people in Walmart literally just wearing Dragon Ball shirts and whatnot, and I'll just go up to them and just be like, "R.I.P. man." I don't really know what else to say. Like, I want anyone wearing a Dragon Ball shirt. I literally just want to go and just give them a hug and just be like, I hope it's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna say it's because we have it's okay, dude. I mean, I respect the Prince, but Goku is always my favorite, because I mean, he's Goku, he has plot armor. You know about that, right? I wonder, dude, always, like anytime, this guy actually had a hoodie where I was at, and I think it was purple, like really like light purple, and it looked kind of weird, but it had Goku on it. I was like, hey man, cool hoodie. I didn't care for the color, not because it's purple, but it was like an ugly purple. Are you on headphones or just on your phone? Oh yeah, my wife has this. She's Goku. Dude, your wife's awesome.
Dude, I thought somebody was talking. I was like,
no, I'm chatting with Benjamin.
Yeah.
He says his wife is Goku and he's a Vegeta fan.
Dude, Goku all day.
We actually met. Dude!
What?
Him and his wife met because of Dragon Ball. That's pretty sick.
No, you have to tell this story now.
Yeah, like where did you guys meet and like how? We went as Krillin and 18 for Hall. Nice!
That's sick, dude.
Dude, like the
That's
how much
adorable.
18 loves Krillin. I love that for him.
I love it, man. It's great.
Because the thing is, like with how Marin treated him, fucking.
Not only
sorry,
that,
sorry.
here's the messed up part. I totally get it. Because let's be real, Krillin might be the bravest dude in Dragon Ball.
For what he did?
So many times. Nerfing 3 Cybermen.
He was progressive before progressive was progressive.
Yeah, man, he wasn't anti-Robo.
But yeah, he did take out 3 Cybermen.
3 Cybermen stood toe-to-toe with Frieza before he got impaled.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was after.
18's a smoke show.
Yeah. But no, man, I get why 18's attracted to him, man. It's kind of like how Wonder Woman's attracted to Batman. He's the bravest sumbitch on the team.
Listen, I listen, obviously 18's, you're right, she's a smoke show, but like one complaint about Dragon Ball GT. Do you remember when she was talking to 17 and it was like Super 17 arc and she like ripped off her shirt and a titty was halfway hanging out and I was like, it's her brother. Why? And then I was like, even me as a perverted, Roshi person.
I'm like, this doesn't fit the narrative. I can't jerk off to this. The story's not there.
It was just bad.
I just can't get into it.
You know, and I was just like, why would you do that?
I'm like, that's where the shirt doesn't rip, really?
It's cringe.
It was. It really was.
But, whatever. At least Akira designed Super Saiyan 4, which Super Saiyan 4 is a character.
Super Saiyan 4 is sick. Yeah.
Awesome. Character design, awesome. But, I mean, because didn't they say that Super Saiyan 4 was like the pinnacle?
I mean, at the time, yes, but
but
here's the thing. Here's the thing about Super Saiyan 4. Technically, again, this is a
Super Saiyan 4 comes after.
No. This is a fan theory of mine.
Oh.
So technically speaking, Super Saiyan 4 is technically not Super Saiyan.
No,
it's a different transformation altogether.
Kind of like what Gohan Beast is.
It's a mastery of the Ozaru form, which is technically speaking what Broly is.
It was a Super Saiyan Ozaru
form. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Golden Ozaru was technically Super Saiyan Ozaru.
I'm wrong. So yes, you're right. It's a mastery of the Super Saiyan Ozaru form.
But still, it's a mastery of the a form of the Ozaru form. And then, but basically, when they retain their Saiyan mind.
Yeah. So I guess technically speaking, it is Super Saiyan. Then I'm wrong, but it's not really in sequential order like that. They call it Super Saiyan 4 kind of arbitrarily just because it was the fourth transformation they discovered.
I know, but if you think about it, it kind of doesn't make sense why it's a Super Saiyan Ozaru and then he
technically
goes down to...
Technically, it's a Super Ozaru. Technically speaking.
Yeah.
So,
and which is like, how did they get that? It's like the Blutz waves are created by the moon, so it's like the more Blutz waves, the more you turn.
No, what it is you have to have a certain power level. Then when you transform into Ozaru, you have the ability to go Super Saiyan as an Ozaru, and then when you master it, you basically retain the energy but revert to your smaller package.
So essentially, like fusing with the Pataros and then becoming Super Saiyans because of the way explained it. What was it? Goku, when he was explaining it to them, they's like, "Why don't we become Super Saiyans and then do it?" He's like, "No, you don't want to do that because you'll shorten your life."
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm glad you mentioned that, Benjamin. Which he said, do you think they will somehow make GT canon? They kind of already have.
Heroes.
Not just with Heroes, but Heroes illustrates it. So, technically speaking, they did this all the way back in the Trunks arc. So, they established a multiverse inadvertently when Trunks' time travel wasn't linear. So technically speaking, there already existed a Dragon Ball multiverse. It's just Trunks traveled laterally, technically speaking, because that's what his time machine could do. But the Kais have the ability to not only travel between those various time streams, but also create new ones. So they can splinter the time stream.
Yeah. They kind of went along with you. He's trying to make it sound good.
Oh, I see you were narrating.
I was trying.
Or not you were narrating, you were accompanying the narration.
Yeah. No, I wasn't trying to overtake you.
All except for our
accompanist, yeah. But I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot more to add.
So technically speaking, which multiverse theory has completely nullified the question of canon because it's all canon. It just depends on what universe you're talking about. So in the GT universe, all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are canon, but then the timeline diverged.
Well, Toriyama literally stated, he said they were great side stories.
Yes, but if you look at it literally, because of now we have multiverse stuff, it's technically all canon. There are just separate canons. So actually, and it's funny, Godzilla did this too.
He says, I think that as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've established another franchise. Godzilla's one. Caught Your Life.
Give me back my life. I know you meant live.
Oh, okay. Wow, okay.
She said she just got back from seeing My Fair Lady.
Oh, how was that?
Nice. Well, there's some good singing in it?
Well, yes, it's My Fair Lady.
I don't have anything for that. that sounds like some Seinfeld shit.
Of course there's singing in it! It's My Fair Lady! Oh, Jerry, you don't have to get mad about it.
Well, Haley, we're glad you dropped in, though. It was okay, not your favorite.
Yeah, I know. My Fair Lady's it's all right. It's all right. It's not like Dragon Ball the musical. Which did you guys? I sent you that video of apparently there's a Chinese theatrical production of Dragon Ball, and actually it's pretty sick looking.
Sha la la, hey chala. That's a good long running joke. Something's in the way. It was definitely the musical.
No, man, it's so funny. What I think what a lot of fandom groups don't understand, and even anime now, because people are so sensitive, but like, dude, we love Dragon Ball, but boy, do we make fun of it constantly. It's like, that's why I love DBZ Abridged, because there's so many jokes that are like, it's so true.
Dude, when you love something so much, you should be able to love it enough to be able to have fun with it and make fun of it as well. And it's not because you're trying to hurt it or any way.
No,
you're
it's
literally just paying homage.
You know it so well that you can poke fun of the
It's
issues.
like real friends make fun of each other.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Just saying, this dude wears a sweater without a shirt.
What?
I said you wear a sweater without wearing a shirt.
It's literally right there.
Put it together. You wear a sweater without wearing a shirt. Come on, Wolverine.
You dick.
we go to Kings Island. We go to the
technically it's a parka.
It is, dude.
I come
it
out
only
of
grows here, not so much here.
See, most people when they come out from being underwater, they go. I go. It's a Chewbacca joke.
No, he definitely has to shake the water out first. It's pretty epic, actually. If I got it in slow motion, it would be actually pretty
most
cool.
people when they get out of the water, they just do one like flip back.
That's what I was gonna say. It'd be like the girls flipping their hair. You see him just going.
I'm like a wet dog coming out of the ocean.
Dude, power levels.
I'm so
F
glad. And Vegeta, yes. That's my favorite moment in DBZ Abridged.
Power levels, fuck Super Saiyans, and fuck you.
No, I sent you that clip, but
was
I
it
don't
Vegeta saying that?
No, it's Tien.
Oh, dude.
Dude, when because DBZ Abridged, there's a lot of these moments actually. The DBZ, which again, they have 20 years. They have 20 years of hindsight, but they actually make Tien a badass in that moment when he's keeping semi-perfect cell from absorbing 18.
Dude, that was amazing.
It's even better in Abridged because Cell. I remember the lines exactly. Oh my God, it's Tien. What, was Krillin busy? And then Tien does and he goes, oh, come on, buddy, you can't be serious. You're no android, you're no Namekian, and you're certainly no Super Saiyan. You're just human. And then Tien goes into well, you know what? Fuck power levels, fuck Super Saiyans, and fuck you, Shin! And then just does, oh man, it's so badass.
You know.
And then he turns to 18 and goes, hey, you! Blow yourself up or leave. I don't care which.
I mean, it was kind of stupid. She's sitting there. I'm like,
yeah.
What are you doing? Like, obviously, but
then Tien. Not to cut you off, but then
well, I was gonna say Tien. Is he human?
Okay, so there's different prevailing theories.
So when he says fuck levels, fuck Super Saiyans, and fuck you, or when the Cell was saying things, it would have been perfect if he said, "You're not even human. You got a third eye."
He's like, "You're just human." But after Tien's spent, he's sitting there penning. He's like, "Huh, not dead yet. That's weird." Oh, there we go. And then he falls. But then Cell comes out of the hole.
Oh, dude.
18 sitting there's just yeah. Oh, and then Cell goes, Kiko holds a very sad choice of last words, but to be fair, it's far from the worst decision you've made today. And then Tien just goes, Kiko, fuck yourself. And then later when they go to the Cell games, and it's great because they also remember everything in DBZ Abridged. So from that point on, Cell has like a hate boner for Tien. And
because of that?
Yeah, because of that. And so anyway, he goes, everybody's arriving at the Cell games, and Cell's like, and here's everyone else. Krillin, Trunks, Yamcha, Ten Shinhan. And then he just goes, Kiko, how you're doing?
Oh, man.
Man, I love what DBZ Abridged did with every character, but particularly Tien.
Did they make fun of the waves and rocks?
Yes, they did.
How do you make fun of that? It was perfect. Waves and rocks. That shit was just.
I think that was more of an homage rather than a joke, because that was literally Funimation. Okay, so that whole thing's a joke. So the Waves and Rocks logo is making fun of Fuji TV. It's poking fun of Fuji TV, which is the network that Dragon Ball originally aired on. Then Funimation gets a hold of it and just has some fun with it, you know.
Oh, anyone watching, I mean, obviously, Benjamin, we know you're watching. So anyone else watching, any more movies that are coming out, like say if another movie comes out, do yourself a favor with your buddy. No, not that. But if you're there with your buddy, literally just sing Waves and Rocks. You will get the entire theater to laugh. Just be like, Waves, and we did it. And like literally the 14 people that were there laughed in the IMAX theater.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that more people didn't laugh. But there was one guy who lost his shit, and I was proud of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's when the Fuji TV logo comes up, you just go, Waves and Rocks.
Oh, man. It's... I wish I were him. Oh, rest in peace, Akira.
Man,
damn. Like I really do feel like I lost a parent, because the thing is he shaped who we were.
Daima's gonna hit different. It's gonna hit real hard this time. And to be fair, I was looking forward to Daima before, because I'm excited, man. Toriyama was attached to it, so I mean it's gonna be good. And all the people who shit on Super, like, really?
I need a moment of silence.
I thought you were playing Iron Man for a second. I was like, why?
Rest in peace. That was
Yeah,
that was a poor rendition of Nutshell.
Yeah, dude, when I was designing the thumbnail, I'm like, it's got to be Snake Way.
Oh, dude. You know, honestly, like, if the afterlife was like how they described it, I would be 100% A-okay with that. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know about being a cloud of...
I was going to say normal souls, I think. Well, you know what those are, technically. They're in line to be reincarnated. They don't really explain that in the English dub of the anime, but that's what they are. Yeah, we need a moment of silence. Plays guitar.
Well, silence is silence. You're right. I was gonna say speak.
Within the sound of silence.
I can't stand that song.
Oh, you're so wrong.
Wrong.
I will say though, David Draymond, I do appreciate him as a singer because he's a baritone.
Yeah. And by the way, Benjamin, I don't know if you've heard this yet, but you'll recognize it.
That was fucking weird.
Yeah, we are.
My balls, they're inert.
The ball, they're inert. I can't.
Hit the dirt.
Man, so many funny things came out of like Dragon Ball
and
Dragon Ball
DBZ Abridged made fun of all of them, like that whole when Piccolo absorbs Nail, which have to hit on some love with Team 4-Star for how they treated Nail and Kami after they got absorbed by Piccolo. They kept them as voices in Piccolo's head, and there's so much hilarity that comes from it. But you remember in the original dub, after he absorbs Nail, the line is like, "My gosh, I feel great. Yes, yes, yes." They repeat the line verbatim, and then as it's finishing up, just in Piccolo's head, you can hear Nail go, what are you doing?"
I feel powerful. I can do this. I can win.
But then later, like not much later, like a few minutes later, he's like, "So can I take on Frieza like this?" He's like, "Well, let me put it in a way you can understand. You can win. You feel great. You can, dude. Oh, shut up."
That was a pretty cringy line. But I mean, when we were kids, we're like, "Fuck yeah, he can."
We're like, "Yes, he can. Yes, he can."
I think I get it. I think I get it. I really need this job.
Oh man.
Oh man. I hate Showtooth.
Abu.
Habu, Baghdad, al-Baghdadi.
Frieza.
He died like a dog.
He died like a dog.
I said, "Why are you crying, Frieza?" I wouldn't cry.
I wouldn't have cried.
I'm fairly certain that every podcast we have from now on, like, we're gonna talk
at
about
least,
Shane Gillis at least a few minutes.
At least for a while.
Like, it's just.
I'm not training at night, Krillin. I'm training at night.
He's fucking making sensu beans at night. I know he is.
Oh my god,
man. This is how we deal with death.
This is true.
We just generally talk.
You know what?
about
I
it
wouldn't
and
say that humor is necessarily a coping mechanism for us. It's our happy place, and
why not?
I like to laugh. Sue me. I warn everyone that becomes close. Like when I first meet people, I'm like, if you're gonna be in my life, you have to understand one thing about me. Like I love to laugh. So everything's a joke. Like even the serious shit, I will crack a joke, but that's just who I am, and that's also how I show affection. Like if I'm busting your balls, it means I really like you. If I'm worried about offending you in any way, shape, or form, it means I'm not close to you. So, like, but I'm not a bitch about it. If I'm dishing it out, I fully expect to get it back.
Oh yeah. There's been time we don't like get heated or anything like that. We may get like a little louder, but like for the most part, it's like not.
But no, the thing is, like when somebody gets a zinger at my expense, if it's funny, I'm like, dude, that's.
Oh, dude, I've said that before.
Solid.
Like you stop talking, you're just like, damn, that was good. But generally, most of the time, it doesn't really. That was weird. Did you see that?
Yeah, the chat moved up.
Nothing is off limits. Humor above
Nothing
all.
is off limits.
Seriously. Like with the people getting up and like getting mad at comedians and whatnot.
Oh,
just because
come
they're saying, it's like,
on.
leave them alone. Like really?
Well,
like,
first of all,
you're a professional victim at a comedy show. Like what the fudge is wrong with you?
the only time a joke is offensive is if it's not funny. And even then, it's only offensive because it's like, you're better than this.
Because it's not funny.
It's like, you're better than this.
Right.
Or at least you should be.
Like
I take humor. I don't. It sounds stupid, but like I take humor so seriously that like if somebody is at my funeral and makes a great joke at my expense, my corpse will go, ah.
No, see, all right, listen, we'll make this bet. If whoever goes first, we have to have a
no. Whoever goes first,
we have to record.
Whoever goes first, we have to sneak a fart machine into the casket.
Well, no, that's I was kind of getting there, but I was saying a portable speaker into the casket, and then one of us has the sound bit that we recorded previously. Like we'll have it on our phone for 15 years if we have to.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, like when somebody cracks it, I just remember when Jake did this, and I just like playing like from the thing. How funny would that be? Everybody be looking at the casket, and they'd be like, I don't know whether to laugh or scream.
And then like pause for a few seconds and be like, "Don't be alarmed."
It's a voice inside the casket.
Dude, honestly, I had an idea, and
you do have to be louder to do that. You're right.
You do. I had an idea.
That was my Robert F. Kennedy.
I had an idea that we could do if we had more funding to do it properly. Like we can do it, but to do it properly, like to get an actual stage, is we'd have a 3-way debate between your RFK, my Trump, and then get somebody to play Joe Biden, but just stand there and do this the whole time. But here's part of the bit is whenever Biden's talking, RFK's just doing push-ups.
Damn it. I'm going to have to get in shape for this bit.
No, but Biden's not going to talk all that much. So, like, like the whole thing is, like, Biden's going to take
and then Trump starts talking. And I just get...
Oh no, he's not gonna do push-ups. Nobody could do push-ups that long. No human can. If Trump's talking and you're doing push-ups,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So, but Biden's gonna take forever to get a point, and RFK's gonna get bored, so he's just gonna start doing push-ups.
No, we'll just have a dumbbell sitting there.
There you go.
You just get down there, and you just be like,
he starts fucking pumping iron.
That would be, dude. We don't even need to make that a thing. We can make that a bit right now.
I know, but I'm saying
we
to
need
do
another
it
person.
like if we had more time and money.
Toast, we need you,
dude. Actually, you know what we should do for Biden? We should just get a fucking mannequin.
See, that's genius. And then literally you could just put "Student under pressure" on it, you know, just as a shirt.
True international under pressure.
You know, the funny thing is like I don't hate Biden. I actually feel bad for him.
I do. I feel bad for him.
I don't really hate anybody.
But
really,
at this point,
except
he's
for
done it
people
to
who hurt
himself
kids.
because he's still going. But that was the previous podcast.
Or hurt animals. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Oh, no, I'm trying to keep from going off.
Yeah. Thank you. Favorite Dragon Ball game period?
I didn't play a lot. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. I absolutely Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
You didn't play Kakarot.
That's true. I have not played Kakarot yet,
It's
so
fun.
it probably would be my
You
favorite.
can fish.
Oh, shit. So it's like Zelda?
You can either fish with a fishing pole or fish with a tail, I believe.
You can fish with a tail in it? See, that's funny. That's not me being hyperbolic. That's genuine excitement.
It's a good game. I haven't played
Dude,
it
I've heard
in a while.
Kakarot's amazing. I've heard it's extremely
You only have
good.
your laptops, don't you?
Huh?
You only have your laptops. You don't have a desktop PC?
No, I do not.
Okay, so yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to run it on your computer.
I doubt it.
It's really...
But it was available for console too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's on console. I believe it's on PS4.
I just need to buy it. But dude, like when I tell
like
you
$10
I
now.
don't have time to play video
Oh, I
games,
know.
like
Eventually you will.
eventually I will, yeah.
Once we become rich and famous on here.
It's so funny because we're so close. Like literally, once this can start becoming somewhat viable,
I don't think we'll ever be super famous, but
man, don't sell us short because fortunately, all the other podcasts are carrying the weight and getting actual famous people on their podcast.
and yeah, here we are, still gaining subscribers and still gaining everything. I mean, we're chugging along.
Yeah,
the old
we're chugging
SNES game spanned from Saiyan.
Ah, what
early
was
Android
that?
Saga.
Was that no? That wasn't Legacy of Goku.
There was no. Well,
What was it?
actually, dude, I think you might be right. I don't think it was an SNES game. I think it was on Game Boy Advance.
It
the
was,
Legacy
yes.
of Goku. Is that what it is? There was a few SNES games. It was a
Top-down
top-down
RPG, yeah.
I used to play it in PC with an emulator.
Oh no, that was the precursor to.
Top-down RPG.
Dude, I'll tell you my most disappointing Dragon Ball game.
You did use when you did Kamehamehas, it was kind of a RPG.
Kind of,
Because
sort of,
you
yeah.
had to select Kamehameha or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
to. It was still a button pressing game. I think I know what you're talking about. You pick cards. Okay, yeah. I remember it. I can't remember. It was like Daiinshu. What did you say earlier? The Daiinshu Riders. How'd you say that? Toyotaro was one of them. Daietsuku or Daietsu. I'm waiting for my brain to
Daietsu.
pop back up. Dietsuke? Dietsuke?
Dietsuke.
Whatever it was called that you said that Toyotaro was.
Oh, Dojinshi.
I don't know if it was spelled like that. What you're saying, I believe there's a Super Nintendo game with that name on it. Or it's D something. I've seen it before.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been.
Super Nintendo Dragon Ball Z. Super Butoden? Does that sound familiar?
Budokai Tenkai. No, I don't know.
There's a couple of them. I do remember. You know, the funny thing is, I actually do you remember in high school? Obviously you remember I worked at Goodwill. I actually got a Super Famicom with like 30 games. Do you remember?
Yes.
And I sold it to that kid for. I sold it to him for like $150 or so, $120. But it was worth it. Like now, oh my gosh, I can't even think of how much it works. No, I'll look it up and comment on one of your videos. Okay, I'll I'm trying to find it. Apparently, dude, there was a ton of games for the Super Nintendo for Dragon Ball Z. SNES. Was
there
it
were,
Legend of
and-
the Super Saiyan?
And there were even more that
It
weren't
says
released.
SNES RPG.
Yeah, and there were even more that weren't released here. A lot of them.
Will you flip to? Hold on a second. Hold on a second before I. Oh, this is the whole ass freaking thing. How to beat the game? The walkthrough. You got a pic of it. Hold on. Legend of the Super Saiyan. Dragon Ball Z Super Nintendo Legend of the Super Saiyan. Wow, she got it right. This might be a bad. Did you put it on my camera?
Oh no.
That it? Or it looked like it?
Yeah, there were a lot of Game Boy games though.
And actually, I didn't see if my camera was like focused, so if that looked like shit, let me know.
Yeah, it was probably a little out of focus, but
I wasn't even thinking
But while you're figuring that out, I will share my most disappointing Dragon Ball game.
right there.
Super Saiyan Densetsu? Legend of the Super Saiyan? Yeah.
I think it's Super Saiyan Densetsu. Densetsu. Sha-la-la. Too much glare. Oh, okay. Probably that one. It's okay. I don't know how much longer you want to.
No, I was going to say I was going into a bit. The most disappointing Dragon Ball game I ever played was, believe it or not, Dragon Ball Heroes. Because I completely misunderstood what the game was.
There was a game for it?
Yeah. That's what it is. It's a game. The promo anime is for the game.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a fucking card game. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
I bought a Switch for Dragon Ball Heroes.
And it was a card game?
It's a card game.
What games do you have for the Switch?
Just that, Dragon Ball Heroes.
Oh, dude. Have you ever played Mario RPG?
No. I know, you said, I've heard very, very good things about it.
I actually have it right now. I rented it off. I got a free month for GameFly. I just got it. Got him! Oh, man. I don't know. I don't really have anything to add. Kind of bummed.
Yeah, I know, it's It was a sad day. I did see one meme that kind of made me chuckle and it hit hard at the same time. It was like, March is officially no shitting on Dragon Ball month. It's like, I will not tolerate disrespect this month. And I'm like, you know what?
I think we're gonna make it a thing every year from now on in March, either on his passing or around it. We'll have an annual podcast, always dedicated to Akira. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll be 80 years old if I live that long and still watch Dragon Ball. I don't care. Try to get my kids into it, but hey, I did just get them to watch Mutant Mayhem.
Oh yeah, did they like it?
Oh, they loved it. You know, but they really like Superfly. Super duper fly. That was good. That was really good.
Dude, who doesn't like Superfly? It's Ice Cube, man.
But I noticed a lot of his sayings that he says, you know, as a real person in the movie, and I was like, yeah, that was funny. I don't know.
So, fun fact, apparently, O'Shea Jackson Jr., his son, is apparently, he's a huge wrestling fan, but he's also a big Dragon Ball fan.
Good. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he grew up, he's our age. Where do you think they will push Super towards? It's crazy how different things Kira had it.
Yeah, man. I think that Super will just become a more accurate, or not accurate, that's not the right word, a more direct adaptation of Toyotaro's manga. Toyotaro.
Well, that depends. Like, Toyotaro is definitely the manga writer, but the thing is, what works has he been in on with Dragon Ball for the anime?
I don't think any, majorly anyway.
I didn't think so.
No,
so
I think
that's what I'm saying. Anime wise, we don't know, but manga wise, he'll definitely stay on the manga. But
I think
they'll just take that.
Yeah, I think the anime is just going to adapt the manga now, because Toriyama was directly involved with the story of the anime. But
you don't think they'll just make their own story?
No, they don't need to.
I would hope they wouldn't.
They don't need to. They have source material. The only reason they made their own story was because there was no longer source material because Toriyama quit the manga.
Toyotaro, though, like, man, just, I don't know if he's older or young, or how old is he? He's probably in his late 40s or something like that.
Is he? I thought he was fairly young. I mean, fairly young.
I don't know. I just figured anyone with talent like that, they got to be older. Toyota.
Toyota.
He's 45.
45, good guess.
Damn.
Yep.
That's what I'm
You just
talking
made me
about.
think of Scary Movie 3. Honda, Mitsubishi.
Well, I tell you what, man. Like, older movies were really racist, but yet no
Extremely.
one cried about them.
No, because people used to be able to take a fucking joke.
I know. I gotta stop talking about that kind of shit because, like, I want to talk about Akira, but then, like, other shit pops in my head. And
It's a conversation, though. That's the.
I know.
Plus, both of our brains.
Yeah. It's like, listen, talk about this green picture right here. It's about 4x4. It's right there. What's this over here?
Abu, Bakar, Al Baghdadi.
I'm not making them night, Dad.
I'm making them at night. Vegeta, I'm not training at night, woman.
I'm
training at night.
It's hard. Life is pretty freaking crazy.
Dude,
right
it
now.
is. It is.
That is fact. No cap. Or is it cap? I don't know. No, it's no cap.
No cap?
I'm old. I'm 36.
I don't know which cap it is. I don't know why I lapsed into DBZ Abridged Krillin there for a minute. I don't know what cap it is. But I'll tell you what, it says Kalilin.
We got the real life Krillin here. Kalilin. You remember that? Oh my gosh. Remember seeing his hat and it said that? Kalile. I remember seeing just a few of the Japanese voice, FMVs where they talked, and I remember hearing them saying Krillin is like, Kalile.
Which, okay, so here's the fun fact. So I love this because Americans are snobby when it comes to foreign language, or at least they can be. So like, there's a lot of
American Pie.
no, because there's a lot of purists that say no, his name is Kuririn. I'm like, no, his name is Krillin, but the Japanese alphabet does not support a double L sound, so they do the closest thing, which is Kuririn. Kuririn. Because there's no L.
Kuririn. Where do you get the R sound from, though? There's not an R in it. It's
Yeah.
Kulilin.
Right, but there's no L sound in Japanese.
I got you.
So
Okay.
if you want to do an L sound,
So American.
so like in Death Note, the main character's name is Light. So his name in Japanese is literally Raito. And then the character L is Eru. There's no L sound in Japanese, so the closest thing you'll get like kind of a soft R if they're adapting a foreign word, but it's still, I heard somebody tell a joke. I don't know if this is real or if it was a joke, but I guess Lululemon, the company, I guess I don't know if it's a joke or real, but whoever was telling the story said the reason he named it Lululemon is because the guy who founded the company was super racist and didn't want Asian people to be able to pronounce it. Which is bullshit because both Chinese and Korean have L sounds. So it's just Japanese that doesn't. So he's like, Lululemon.
That's messed up, right?
I don't know if that's real, but that's either the reason or it was a great joke. But oh, speaking of racist jokes, I got told that this is a great joke. It's not okay. It's not. I don't think it's racist, but if you're sensitive,
It's probably racist.
it's a little racist. But it's funny. Okay, so there's this man who lives in China,
I'm
and
not crying. You're crying.
I'm telling you, you'll love this joke.
Hey, thanks for hanging out, bro. Have a good
thank
one.
you. Geez, okay. So there's this man. He lives.
Oh
in China.
no, I read it wrong. I'm sorry. He says I'm running. That
I
story
totally
from
thought
here on
I heard run out too.
Sorry, bro.
Read. So anyway, there's this man. He lives in China, and he decides he wants to obtain all earthly knowledge. So he goes and studies at the Shaolin Temple, and one day his master, Master Chen, comes up to him and says, "My son, you have learned everything you can here. You must now go and travel the world to learn from others." So he does so. He travels to the United States, to Europe, all across the world, visits every continent, and then he learns so much. And he writes Master Chen and says, "Master Chen, I believe I have obtained all worldly knowledge." And he said, "To be sure, you must climb. Meet me at the top of the highest mountain in China, and there the last secret you have will be revealed to you." So he travels back to China. He climbs up to the tallest mountain in China, and he meets the monk up there, and he says, "Master, I have obtained all of the world's earthly knowledge, save for one thing." And he says, "What is your question, my son?" And he says, Master Chen, why do all Chinese people look the same? And the monk looks him dead in the eyes and says, I'm not Master Chen.
Shut up. I'm not Master
I'm
Chen.
not Master Chen.
That's messed up.
I know. That's
good, though.
I know. Virus told me that joke.
Hey, there you go. That's okay. He said it.
Yeah, exactly.
You were just a surrogate.
A Latino told me that joke, so.
That was funny.
That's shit. That's a funny joke. See, as long as it's funny, it can't be offensive.
Nah, I think offensive's funnier.
No, I've seen
original.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen
the original movie.
I've seen the original movie. I haven't seen anything else from it.
The original movie was a banger,
dude. The original movie was way before its time, and in a good way. Speaking of which, have you watched Dune yet?
No, and I was talking with my wife about it because honestly, I'd like to watch the second one, and
you need to watch it.
I might watch the first one really quick, and then.
You need to watch it. Don't see them both in the same night, though. You'll get.
You're not the. I mean, though the thing is, I'm seeing a lot of negative about it, and I'm like, what? I was like, I've only heard positive from like friends.
Who's saying negative?
It was some article, so of course it was probably some pissed off liberal that was like, "There's not enough LGBT representation."
No, I hear there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people that are bitching about not having a lot of Arab actors in it. And I'm like, you do realize
it's on another planet with
Earth.
Sand. Just because are you no, the perfect response would be like, do you assume all Arab people live near sand? That's kind of racist.
Do you assume you have to be
negative here?
My buddy recommends just don't get Timothy, whatever his name. You know what? I don't love Timothy Chalamet, but he doesn't hinder, for me at least. He didn't hinder.
He the main actor?
Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't hinder the movie to the point where it was bad for me.
For some reason, I was thinking of Timothy Olyphant. Do you know who he is? I can't remember any movies he was in. Actually, do you remember? It was a movie called Girl Next Door.
Yeah, where the porn star moves
he was like the pimp, like guy.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
not Timothy Chalamet.
No, that's Timothy Olyphant.
Okay.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah,
that guy was funny. I liked him.
Dude, that's actually a really cute movie.
That is a great movie.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Olyphant. I however you say that, I don't know.
Ollie Pant.
Elephant. Oh man.
I don't know why this reminded me of it, dude. I rewatched Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, probably because of the freaking short.
Yeah, that's exactly why I did it.
It was a good one.
Dude, it still holds up. It's still funny as shit. I lost. Wait a minute, I'm not supposed to lose. Let me see the script.
Those people were like
Mel Brooks.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This shit was funny.
Master Robin. Oh! You lost your arms in battle. Oh, how terrible. But you grew some nice boobs.
You know,
blinking.
We need to figure out how we can get it with the sound, be able to watch movies with the sound, and do like a Mystery Theater 3000 type of
you have to do movies that are in public domain. It's the only way you can get around it.
That's probably how they were able to
do it.
Yeah,
they did old movies that were in the public domain. That's why they never did like a major movie.
I bet we could get Daily Wire to let us do it.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space River. Oh man,
my son would give that. He loves that movie. He's almost 8. He'll be 8 in like 2 months. He watched that when he was like 5. And then like everyone's like, oh my gosh, you let him watch it. I was like, have you seen it? I was like, it's really childish. I was like, yeah, there's a little bit of gore, but it's not that bad. It's not like freaking watching the 1991 It series. Like that shit scarred a lot of kids. And honestly, that Pennywise is actually a little more scarier than the newest one. Terribly great. Yeah. Right. No, yeah, that's a great movie, but it's a terrible movie at the same time, if you know what I mean. Like, for the 80s horror movies. I think it was the 80s. Was
what?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space in the 80s?
I think late 80s, if I remember correctly.
Critters. That was a bad one. Gremlins was alright.
Yeah. Gremlins is okay. But I always think of Critters, because that's the movie that
balls with teeth.
Yeah, but that's the movie that's playing at the theater when Raphael walks by in the Ninja Turtles first movie.
Oh yeah, I'm more scared of clowns because of Killer Clowns more than it, just because I watched it around your son's age. Ah, okay. Well, see, that's weird because my son, after he watched that, he loves clowns. I don't know where he gets that from. I'm not a big fan of clowns. Well, I mean, me and you were really big into ICP when we were kids.
You liked Wicked Clowns.
Yeah. That was a little different, though. I would say we were cringy kids, but I don't care what anyone says, dude. I had so much fun with their music because it was just fun.
It's fun. Yep. They were fans of Dragon Ball too.
Really?
Well, yeah. You know what? Maybe they weren't. I remember that What was the website?
I don't know. It was on GeoCities.
Yeah, I can't remember what its name was, but dude,
All
they
I'm
had
saying
some
is,
sick.
All right, listen. We need to make a short about this because if someone can find it or has the originals, listen. If you remember, not you specifically, Benjamin,
all of
but
you,
all of you, any ICP fans / South Park fans, back in the day, there was a website, I believe on GeoCities or something like that, and the guy made his own Flash type cartoons with ICP music into South Park character style drawings, and it was awesome.
They were really good.
Seriously, it was on par with Brutality. Do you remember Brutality?
I do remember
Brutality. Was like a
now they were obviously Dragon Ball.
They were
fans.
a Dragon Ball ripoff, but the thing is, that with the Korn song,
that was sick. Let's get this party started.
Oh my gosh, that was so sick. I see confused. There you go. Listen here. Whoop whoop. That's sick. I like that. But yeah, like I said, if anyone can remember that, I don't remember how I watched it. Dude, I'm telling you what, that shit was so good. I remember there was a specific one with Twisted's song called "We Won't Die," and I remember watching that one over and over and over again because obviously they had South Park characters that looked like Twisted as well with ICP in the. Obviously, I know they don't get along now, but oh, it was so sick. I wish I could find it. I can't even find it. Apparently, did you know the internet is archived?
Yes.
And you can find older things.
There's some website where you can actually, I think it's a Flash Graveyard or something like that, where you can go find all those old Flash games. They have a ton of them apparently.
Taxi. Remember they had Taxi. Did you ever play the parking game one?
Yes.
That thing was so touchy.
Some of those games were sick though.
Did you ever play Stick RPG?
Yes.
Bro, I played that game so much, and I remember when they was talking about Stick RPG 2, and it never came out, or it did. I think it was shitty. But the first one, dude, I was always smoking cigarettes and drinking and going and getting in bar fights. Dude, you could do Kamehameha. That's why I was thinking about it. Dude, you could do Kamehameha in that game. Stick RPG. That shit was so sick. Oh man, I don't care dude, our childhood was the shit.
Dude, it really was.
We were the hey Ben, how old are you? I don't think that's
range.
A question. Yeah, just age range. I'm 36 and this guy's 45. Stickman videos were the best. 38. So yeah, you're right in that same in our alley.
30. Okay, so yeah, you're right in line. You're right in line with this generation. That explains everything you've said.
Yeah.
It's yeah, that jives. I figured.
Not in Indiana, are you? No, I'm just kidding.
For real. You want to start a podcast?
Yeah. Seriously, how many do we have in our network now?
There's 7 now.
7?
There's 7 now, and when you and Nick start up your button around
8.
the corner, yeah, that'll be 8.
Yeah, and me and another buddy are actually going to be starting a 90s podcast called Up Your Button Around the Corner.
See, so, and if
maybe it might be Up Your Button Around the Corner.
I hope.
Well,
I'm pulling for it.
I'm not really 100% sure on the name. I'm actually leaning about 90% towards that, but I just want to make sure Nick's okay with that.
Well, he loved the mock logo I made, which is in our group chat if you want to look at it.
Oh, okay.
Quick. Yeah, I thought it was pretty sick.
It's pretty sick, bro.
It's pretty sick, bro.
Oh, man. I wonder how much of a delay there is. I'm going to stop talking.
I don't think it's that much. Actually, yeah, because I can see you just crossed your arms a few seconds ago. It's not too bad tonight.
No, I mean for him.
Oh, shit. Because of fantastic childhood, so we know what we experienced.
That is the absolute truth, because I'm literally trying to recreate exactly that with my kids. Like I would like I've got a ton of older game systems and VHSs and whatnot. About 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. But yeah, I've got all kinds of old games. I actually just got my son to play this the other day, and he freaking loved it. Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Oh man, that game is sick.
And you know what's funny? He's
absolutely make them play Battletoads. That's a rite of passage, sir.
What? Well, not on SNES.
No, on NES.
No, that game was trash. Sega.
Oh no,
Battletoads
I'm sorry.
is the
You're
best.
right. You're right.
It's unbeatable, dude.
It really is. Level 3 is basically impassable once you get to the. Is it level 3 with the motorcycle thing?
I can't remember.
I think I've actually legitimately only beaten that part of it once.
I just remember there was like 3 different Battletoad games for 3 different systems. There was NES one, and then there was a Super Nintendo one, and then and they were all different games. What was I gonna say? Oh, Battletoads is really good. It is unbeatable. But
It really is. Well, games back then were pretty well designed to be unbeatable. Actually, no, that's actually true because
Ninja Gaiden 1, that game is unbeatable unless you use cheats.
Yeah. Well, no, but here's the thing though. They actually were pretty much not to be unbeatable, but they were difficult because you got to remember a lot of them started out at least in concept in arcades, and they wanted you to keep putting quarters in. So yes, they were escalatingly more difficult.
That's the thing. If you actually bought games and that said arcade version,
it was hard as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the console. A lot of people don't know that.
Bro, TMT freaking Turtles in Time. That's There you go. SNES. Yeah, that Turtles in Time. That's hands down one of the best games.
No, but that's even the first one, man.
Baxter, dude. That's where I remember Baxter
Dude,
from.
my jam was the second one though, because it was difficult enough to be challenging, but it wasn't so difficult that it became frustrating.
Turtles in Time was. I don't think I ever got past.
It's harder.
I think I got past the sewer stage.
Dude, have you seen
maybe one stage?
I thought it was an older game. Apparently, it's somewhat new. It came out just a couple years ago. Shredder's Revenge. It's that same style, but it's a brand new game. And dude, it looks sick.
That's what these freaking game companies don't understand. Literally, we don't. I got into a lot of the newer games like on PS3. Dude, I played a lot of the new Assassin's Creeds, but like older games, like remake those with updated graphics. Yeah, they were.
That's pretty much what they did. But I'll be honest, I would take like a Ninja Turtles RPG game in this like a la Assassin's Creed. I'd take that. Similar.
Was Assassin's Creed RPG?
Technically, yeah.
How?
It's
a hack and slash. See, that's what I get confused on, because like when people say like Final Fantasy and I think RPG.
Okay, so
then I hear about somebody.
I take the literal definition. It's just a role playing game. You are playing a character.
I always assume role playing game is just turn based strategy. You know what I mean?
I think
I
think the turn based strategy games are all RPGs, but not all RPGs are turn based strategy.
Okay, all right,
because like Legend of Zelda is an RPG.
I agree. The Last Ronin as a video game,
dude. I think that's in the works. I think that's actually in the
Chrono
works.
Trigger's in the works too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they're remaking Chrono Trigger. But the thing is, like with Final Fantasy VII, they remade that and it looks beautiful, but they took away turn-based strategy and turned it into a hack and slash.
Oh man, that makes it so much better. I hate turn-based battle engines. I hate them.
So that's the thing. You didn't play them back in the day.
I did, and I hated them.
Oh, so I loved them because the thing is, you had to think. You didn't just they're just what, I'm so good, button smash. It's like you gotta think ahead.
If it's a good game, you can't just button smash. You have to level up and pay. See, but here's the reason I hate turn-based strategy though, is because
yeah, FF7, it's beautiful. The remake is, but like it just turn-based strategy was my jam.
Although I think Final Fantasy is not the same. To be fair, I think Final Fantasy is not the same when it's not turn-based strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I can see that. I can see that. But one of the reasons I love Tales.
Oh yeah, I know. I did have the what was it, PlayStation Plus?
Yeah,
I had that for a little bit, but I didn't realize you had to download each game. And it's not like it obviously doesn't take long now, but when I did subscribe to it when it first came out, the internet wasn't quite as fast.
It's not, yeah.
But it's definitely way faster now, sort of.
No, it's faster.
I
But
got
now they cap
downgraded in my
everything.
speed because freaking I ran out of promo. No promo.
Okay, but
FF1 for the 10. Dude, hey, I don't have it down. Or actually, no, I don't have it down here. But I actually have FF1 for NES. I still got the cartridge. I don't know if you're playing on emulator or on the actual Nintendo. My favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, and it's just because it's the first one I played. You know, that's always going to be, on PS5. Oh, sick. Oh yeah, you just said it's on the friggin' PSN catalog. But anyway, Final Fantasy 4 is technically my favorite. Like, obviously it's Final Fantasy 2 here in United States on Super Nintendo. That's the one I grew up playing, but Final Fantasy 4, that was my favorite. Cecil. His name's not Cecil, motherfucker. It's
Cecil. I mean, if he's supposed to be English, technically it would be Cecil.
Mm-hmm. That's why I gave it. My brother sold our NES and about 30 games for digitally. Oh, come on, man. Well, I tell you what. You know, the funny thing is about I'm going to go off on a little tangent. I think you're probably in this with me. But weed. Hold on. Yeah. He becomes a paladin. But weed was so shitty then, and now it's, like, amazing. Actually, I didn't really smoke back in the day.
I was going to say, you never really...
Games. Oh, dude, paladin... when Mount Ordeals, that's when Cecil becomes a paladin. That was I know everything about that game. Like, I can probably tell you where all the I know how to get the what was it, the rat tail, so that you could get the adamantium, so that you could get an additional sword made down in the underworld. Yeah, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to certain games.
Kind of a nerd.
Oh, dude. Shadow? Yeah. Literally all you do is you don't fight them. You literally are supposed to just defend. You're supposed to let Dark Cecil beat your ass.
So that's
Shadow Cecil, but
it's an aside story. But Ocarina of Time, Keto and I, when it wasn't brand new, but it was new enough when we were playing it the first time, he and I got stuck on different parts of the same level. I got stuck on a puzzle, and he got stuck on fighting Shadow Link.
You guys swap?
We swapped, man, because I kicked the shit out of Shadow Link. But I just could not figure out that damn puzzle.
Oh, dude. Yeah. It took me a little while, too, but then I started actually, instead of just button smashing like I say I hate, instead of button smashing, I actually read the prompts, and then it was like, don't fight. Don't fight now. Yeah, that was good. And I remember the music on Final Fantasy 2, man, on Super Nintendo. Bro. I know that's what he's still talking about, but yeah. that shit was amazing. Like, I can listen to the OST like to go to sleep. It's just so good.
Now you got to be careful with that. If it's too cool, if it's too relaxing, you're just
dude. Like nowadays, like it's like I love playing the older games, but it's not so much that I want to just play them. It's the nostalgia factor and comfort.
Yeah. I get it.
And honestly,
I
will fall asleep.
Yeah. Well,
because I'm comfortable.
But to bring it back around, one of the many reasons why we still enjoy Dragon Ball to this day, because to a certain extent, it reminds us of what it was like to be that age, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's very comforting.
And it's also been one of those things that actually transcended into our adulthood, which is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the Falconer score is fucking dope.
Dude,
hands down.
Vegeta's theme, and I know you're a Vegeta fan, so Vegeta's theme just, it's so good.
His Super Saiyan theme, right?
Now, hold on. All right, listen. Bruce Falconer is amazing. Hold on. Bruce Falconer is amazing. He's amazing. The score is simply insane. But
didn't plagiarize any of it either.
I don't care. Anyway, so the
no, I'm saying he didn't.
In Super, dude, when Jiren is like basically everyone loses hope, and then that music plays like damn, dude, that shit is so hard. I wish I could play it. You think we get copyright for that?
Probably.
It's Japan.
I know.
We won't be able to play in Japan.
Actually, Toei's very copyright heavy.
Damn.
And
I want to play it so bad because it's so good.
You can look it up on YouTube for yourself.
No, I want to play it for you guys. But
learn it on the guitar.
Oh, bang! It's literally just like a slide thing.
I watched there was a TikTok where a guy, I guess a big Dragon Ball fan, and his theme walking down the aisle was a slowed down version of Vegeta's Super Saiyan theme. He was like, I snuck it in there.
Oh, Vegeta's theme, man. I'm not even drawing blanks. I'm just depressed. Tanky.
There's been a lot of really awesome artwork that's coming out commemorating that. Like there's one that shows Toriyama in front of King Yama, and that kind of stuff. And it's been super cool to see which I'm not surprised, but to see the outpour of love has been pretty cool to see.
Oh, it's wonderful. Like I don't understand how anyone could hate him. Like he was just like when you looked at him just in his pictures and whatnot, he just always seemed like a pretty happy-go-lucky dude who just like. He has talent, but he kind of like fell backwards into doing that.
He didn't really fall, but he was trying. But I always got the sense that he just loved creating the manga.
You see the picture of the Xenoverse 2 players all lifting their hands to the sky?
No, but now I want to.
I did. I actually did see something about lifting hands to the sky. I think I shared it to our group chat. I can't remember.
Yes, I think something, but I don't think it was Xenoverse 2, but I could be wrong.
I don't know what it was, but it was cool. It's kind of hard to play like that. This is not a good spot for this. Like,
nah, it's not really conducive to guitar.
It's like I gotta play it like
You do like the Top Gun theme when they shoot. Pew, pew.
I wish I could. I can't remember it. Sorry for your ears.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna.
Hey, it was fun and it was real, but it wasn't real fun. Hey, dude, no, seriously. Dude,
yeah,
like,
thank you.
When
this is awesome.
Comment back and forth, that's awesome.
It's very helpful.
And honestly, if there would be a time that you would ever want to come on and talk about something, you're more than welcome.
I was gonna say, typically
we love having new people on.
Typically we go on Sundays. Typically we go live around 6:30. If we do live, which tonight we did too, but so that's why this one's a little later. But yeah, I'm running out of things and I gotta get home. So
he lives an hour away, so
give or take, yeah. And unfortunately, I work every fucking day.
I know, dude.
It's some bullshit.
I do too.
And you know what I did?
Way.
You know what I did that was productive today? Maybe 15 minutes of work, and I was there for 5 fucking hours.
Jeez.
But okay, I made the thumbnails.
Well, he owns his own business.
So that's a bit hyperbolic. I work 7 days a week. So I work Monday through Saturday and then every other Sunday. And then I do this shit too, but not this shit because I love this stuff. But
I had a good business too, but Biden decided to.
Yeah, Biden decided to.
Just kidding. I ain't got anything for that.
But yeah, in closing, we will continue to rock the dragon. I'm stoked for Daima.
Dragon. What? You stoked for what?
I'm stoked for Daima.
Oh, dude, like everyone was like kind of like, you know. And I was like, it's more Dragon Ball. I don't care.
Yeah, even if it is silly and goofy, it's like there's a place for all of it.
I don't even work right now because it's yeah. I don't remember what happened. Yeah, my wife has a business that works.
He's got him a sugar mama.
Almost like we own a CBD store. I don't get it wrong. I've done my fair share of work for everything with that, and he's just joking. But yeah, CBD is pretty cool, man.
It's totally cool, man.
I do the other stuff though.
It's awesome. By the way, forgot the sponsor. I knew I would.
Oh, see?
So check out our friends. I mentioned him though. Virus from Again and Forever, the band, recently released their reimagining of Tattoo's famous work, All the Things You Said. I listened to both of them last night when I was waiting to go into dinner, and honestly, I forgot how good the first one was, but dude, their reimagining is fucking sick. Like it's,
maybe that might be what gets them going.
Oh, no, I mean, they've had that for months, but they just released it. And it was so funny. That's the one where he sent it to me, and he said, but you can't let anyone else hear it. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
And when is it getting released?
It's released
it is
already.
released, okay.
It recently released. So check that out.
Heard it yet.
Link is in the description. And
It will be in the description.
yeah,
it's
it
not
will
there
be.
yet.
Well, a link to their profiles in the
Yes,
description.
yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, a link to their channel here on YouTube. But yeah, like we're obviously devastated about the loss of Akira Toriyama, and obviously the community's gonna feel it.
Well, but
for quite a while, but I mean,
but at least
have faith.
he's immortalized through his work, though.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll never forget Akira Toriyama.
And the thing is, like, the goal is not to live forever, but is to create something that
will
last forever. I mean, like, that's what legacy is all about.
Yeah.
And honestly, his legacy is amazing.
The legacy of Goku will live on.
The legacy of Goku will live on. Akira is Goku.
I mean, really, yeah.
He really is he's Goku. And now that he's passed on, he's moved into the check-in station, and he's Goku now.
He's getting ready to go to...
he's going to King Kai's planet.
Yeah. He ain't going to Hiffle unless he wants to.
Right. Rest in HFIL. Home for Infinite Losers. I tried referencing that song a few months back. They had zero idea what I was
That's
talking
what I
about.
love. DBZ Abridged makes that joke. Ah, Hiffle.
Hiffle. All right. Well, I think I know we're a 10 to 15 second blah.
Blah. What the Hiffle is going on here?
We are ending, but hey, thanks for hanging out, Benjamin. We appreciate it, man. Come back and see us later. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a good time.
Bye. Have a beautiful day.